anybody. Having said that, when you're holding the snakes, or more accurately, she's holding you, they will wrap around and squeeze. Bianca, right now, she is wrapped right around my waist, and she's squeezing. She's around my neck, and she's squeezing. Is that because she wants to eat me later?
I guess.
She just doesn't want to fall. She seems like a pretty big snake, but you know what? She's actually only this tall. That's how tall she is. So if you were only this tall and somebody was holding you that high off the ground, it's like a 10-story high drop. Would you like to be thrown off a 10-story high balcony? No! And neither does she. You know, worst case scenario, if she fell from this height, it could kill her. Best case scenario, it's really gonna hurt. So this snake does not want to fall. She is gonna wrap around and squeeze. Now I have a hint for you. If you do want to get her off, you know, you're losing circulation or talking funny, never ever pull on her. For one thing, this snake is stronger than you are. She's stronger than I am, stronger than everybody here. And pulling on her, that usually just makes her tighten up more. That doesn't mean she's permanently attached, because what we can do is unwrap her. You can find an end and very gently unwrap the snake, and they come right off. It works for the little snakes as well. They will also wrap around and squeeze and hold on. So it's very, very important to gently unwrap the snakes. Our number one rule when we're doing the hands-on, because we're going to give you guys a chance to touch and hold these snakes, our number one rule, no scaring anybody. No poking snakes at anybody or chasing anybody around or making hissy noises, even pretending. No scaring. If that happens, we have to put all the snakes away right away, and nobody will get a chance to touch them or hold them or anything. It's very easy for people to get hurt when that happens. The snakes can get hurt as well. So we have zero tolerance, no scaring anybody. We also need you to remember, these are live animals. You have to treat them very gently. No squeezing, pinching, pulling, nasty things you wouldn't want done to you, don't do to the snakes. If you are nice to the snakes, they will be nice to you. If you are mean or nasty, if you hurt, scare, or bite these snakes, they or I will bite you back. Not all the snakes will bite, I'll fill in sometimes. So you have to be nice to the snakes. Please do not put them down on the floor or the stage. If they get stepped on or sat on, it makes them really flat. And really flat snakes are not healthy. Just like you, if you were flat, that's not healthy. We want our snakes to be three-dimensional, so that's very important. No snakes down on the floor. All right, I did promise at the start, a couple more things, just two more things. Snakes are used to having their whole belly touching the ground or wrapped around something, so try and give them lots of support. Do not pick a snake up at one end and the other and just hang its belly out in space. That'd be like me carrying you guys around, but just by your ear and your knee. That wouldn't be very comfortable. So lots of support for the snakes. If you're holding your snake and it just sits still, I know it may seem boring, but it actually means you're doing a perfect job. Because remember, snakes are lazy. Their favorite thing to do? Nothing. So if they can sit still, you are an excellent snake handler. So that will be really wonderful to see.
Sitting still.
All right, does anybody have any questions? We'll have time to take a couple of questions and then we'll get into the hands-on. Yes.
No question.
This snake could theoretically die if she was dropped, yes. And the same thing for the smaller snakes. They have very fine bones. And if she fell to the floor, if one of those ribs cracked, they can be very sharp. They can puncture some of her internal organs. It could cause her death. So it is very, very important to not drop any of these snakes. If you are unsure, ask us for help if you still want to try. But remember that the snake, you're responsible for the safety of the snake. So if you're holding it, you have to be very, very sure that they don't fall and they don't drop. All right. another question. How many teeth do they have? Well, I did mention at the start of the show, I said they have a lot. Most snakes actually have 4 rows of teeth on the top part and 2 more rows on the bottom. As for an actual count, I'm sure it varies with snakes, between different kinds of snakes. And you know what? Their teeth fall out pretty regularly as well. So they grow new ones, their new teeth come back in, but I'm sure the number is, it does kind of vary. But I would guess for most species, 50 to 100. I put it in somewhere in there. More than we have. All right, we'll take 1 or 2 more. Let's see, right there in the middle.
Like, if a lizard loses its tail, will it grow back?
If a lizard loses its tail, will it grow back? Excellent question. And in almost all cases, it will. There are some kinds of lizards that can't grow their tail back, but most of them, if they lose their tail, they have to eat a lot and they have to have a lot of energy, but they will grow a smaller, not as pretty tail back to replace the one that they have lost.